Yeah, hit the likes and subs. Oh, yeah, they're in full coat mode right now. That's right. That's right.
Wowie, wowie. Ooh-wee, good to be here. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's another great Thursday morning. Honored to be here. We got a great crowd. I can see everybody rolling in. Look at that, would you? Look at that. That's dang old Crypto Alchemist. Come on, Crypto Alchemist 3697 front row, dude. Nobody else is here. And thank you for showing up. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for saying hello. Oh, we got Moon soon. 1038. Yes. Got another good one here. Well, if you decide to show up later, thank you so much as well. This is my morning monologue show. I had to change time slots. So I don't know, dude. Not a lot's happened to me personally or in my life since my last show, which was about 2 days ago. But fortunately, I live in the United States of America, and it's starting off to a great year. I mean, I couldn't ask for more. We got the crowd rolling in this morning. Good morning, My Tech. Good morning, Sister Sister T2242. She says, "Rise and shine, Joe Moore." God, I'm lucky to have people who watch my show. Freaking honored. And if you don't want to watch it, that's fine. I understand, dude. I can't watch myself either sometimes. But I'm feeling pretty lucky, dude. Off to a great year. Off to a great news cycle. We got Venezuela. We got Greenland. We got the sad like this is good news or any news, but we got Minnesota. We got Minnesota with the ice thing, dude. And everybody's always saying now, I always notice this with after every event, they're always saying, did you see the video? Did you see the video? I seen the video. I saw 4 of them. I saw 5 of these videos in Minnesota, 6 of these videos. I couldn't get enough of these videos. And then I was like, that's enough. Time to move on with my day. I don't really give a shit. It's amazing how many people do give a shit about what occurred in Minnesota. Now, if you're out of the loop, which I don't assume any of you are, you guys are the best audience in the world. You know what happened in Minnesota. I don't know why they called her a young woman. I think 30 is the new middle age. A middle-aged woman, I don't know how old, maybe 38. She got, as some people say, she got capped. She got sent to the next round. She got eliminated. She got removed from this earth. She got killed by an ICE agent, which is sad. Nobody should be killed. And it seemed to me to be somewhat preventable. But you know what? I saw the video. I don't know if you saw the video. I saw the video. And it did sure as hell look like she drove at an ICE agent. She refused a lawful order. And you know what they say? I saw a video. I saw another video where somebody said, lawful but awful. I was like, yeah, that sums it up pretty nice. Let's move on to the next news story, can we? But I don't think a lot of people are. This is the white, white liberal women are the worst. This is their George Floyd. This is their Georgina Floyd. And they're gonna ride this one. I have a good feeling they're gonna ride this one out. And I don't know how long though. You know what I mean? I don't know how long they're gonna ride this Georgina Floyd out. These white liberal women. It's soon. I guarantee it. You're gonna be seeing statues of this lady somewhere. I don't know what kind of statue they're going to do, like her in the driver's seat with an ICE flag or something, or her reaching across the border of America, helping an illegal over. I mean, honestly, it's tragic, but I would just, I'm thinking, I'm raising my kids, I'm talking to my wife about this incident. My wife had no clue. She hadn't seen the video. She had heard the news, hadn't seen the video. I'm like, I'll show you. One of my older kids was like, well, I want to see. I'm like, no, not for kids. It's like, why? Because someone dies. This is a tragic accident. But let's talk about it. If a police officer tells you what to do, should you listen to him? My kid's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. That's good. But you don't have to answer any questions, okay? You don't have to answer any questions, but if they ask you to get out of the car, just get out of the fucking car, okay? But don't answer any questions and don't talk to them. That's the most important. That's like the one thing I know growing up. If you ever get in trouble, just follow the police officer's directions, but don't answer any of their questions. Call your lawyer. That's like the number one thing you should do. Just call your lawyer, shut the fuck up, and obey the man on a power trip, or maybe it's a woman on a power trip, but whatever. That's what it is. And the strange thing that happened yesterday, it happened again in my great state of Utah. I haven't had the time to check the news, but you know what? I think they might have released some names so far, but I don't know if they want to. I don't know if they want to release the names. There was a big news event yesterday in Utah, which doesn't happen often. We don't get too many of these. We had a mass shooting. In Utah. 2 people died, 8 people shot. Suspect on the loose. Where did it happen, Provo? Where did it happen? It happened at a Latter-day Saint church? Huh? It's a little weird, ain't it? I'm like, whoa, this isn't adding up. My first guess was domestic violence dispute between a man and a wife, maybe over some unfortunate divorce case. That's typical white people stuff. You know what I mean? Domestic violence, domestic disputes. And then I saw 8 people shot. I'm like, that's That's not typical. I mean, there are your fair share of people who do that kind of shootings that are white, but this one didn't sit well with me. I was like, I don't know, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm trying to read the news here. 2 people were killed and 6 others injured in a shooting outside of Salt Lake City Church Wednesday night while mourners were attending memorial services inside. The shooting took place in the back parking lot area of a house of worship before the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Utah faith-based, known widely as the Mormon Church. Authorities said no suspect was in custody on Wednesday. All the victims were adults. At least 3 of the injured were in critical condition. We don't believe this was a targeted attack against a religion or anything like that. You don't? You don't? I don't think so either now. The Red Brick Church, upon hearing the gunshots, blah, blah, blah. Here's all you need to know. Oh, this one's, I thought it would be, dang, I was wrong. Well, I was wrong with my initial assumptions as news has come out. Here's more information. The Red Brick Church in Northwest Salt Lake City neighborhood mostly serves Tongan congregants and holds, so they're Tongan. They're natives, but they're not white. I knew it. I somehow just felt it in my bones. I felt it in my bones. So they were Tongan. If you don't know what Tongan is, it's an island, Tonga. Upon hearing gunshots, residents from a low-income housing complex next to the church flooded outside. I suspected Hispanic, to be honest, but Tongan, keep them. They're American. I'm pretty sure America owns Tongan, like we're going to own Greenland next. But in my, this sounds bad, but I was kind of hoping at first, which is the worst thing to do when you hear news of a mass shooting. I was kind of hoping it was an illegal immigrant because I'm like, what? That would be just a good counterbalance to the news that day. Woman dies blocking ICE protesters. Illegal immigrant has a mass shooting. And we still don't know who committed the mass shooting. There is gang violence in Utah. And my assumption is that these Tongans probably got into a dust-up with the Mexicans. That's usually how our gang violence goes. When I was growing up, we had very few Mexicans in the state of Utah. I don't know how, but now we have a lot. But when I was growing up, and I remember like Dare in high school, and where I lived in Utah Valley, the police would come to some of our classes and be like, "Do you guys know there's gangs in Utah?" We're like, "No, there's no gangs here." And I'd be like, "There's the Mormon mafia. There's the Mormon mafia." Like, police officers, "No, we have Tongan Crips. We have Samoan Bloods. We have the Mexican cartel." I guess they were here. But we have gangs in Salt Lake City. We've had gangs in Salt Lake City for a while. And I think this is obviously gang-related, most assuredly, which is unfortunate. But I wonder who the shooter is. The shooter's still at large. Haven't caught the guy yet, which is crazy. But, I mean, the news cycle's rolling off to a very, very fast start. We have people complaining about... I mean, we got the Minnesota fraud. Was that in December? Did that news article pop off in December? Or was that January? Either way, dude, we just got, and it reminds me of, when was it? Was it 20? When was the dang old? When was it? Dang, when was it? It reminds me of 2019 a little bit. I remember when 2020. The start of 2020, it was like was it the Australian wildfires? Remember when people were like, the koalas are burning? There was all this news. Then the pandemic happened, and I felt like 2020 started. And then there was also the North Korean, where people were like, Donald Trump's gonna get us into a war with North Korea. He would never. And looking at what we did with Venezuela, we would just destroy North Korea. Wouldn't even be fair. Wouldn't even be fun. It'd just be like drones. And people would call it a genocide. That's why we don't go to war with North Korea. There's just some countries you would beat so bad. People would be like, "Oh, this is just not right." But thinking of what we did with Venezuela, why don't we just? I think it's time to. I think it's time to kidnap Kim Jong Un. I think it's time to, stop apologizing and just start taking over the world again, man. Seriously, I want to take over North Korea and give it to South Korea. They've done such a good job in South Korea. It's beautiful. It's beautiful there. And their population's suffering. They got a low birth rate. They need an influx of new Koreans, and we could fix that. We could fix that real quick. And I'd like to see that. But we got more people rolling in. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the best chat on YouTube. Good morning. Good day to you all whenever you're watching this. Follow the directions at first. Yeah, that lady should have followed the directions. And if the cop is wrong, file a lawsuit later. Yeah, that's right. Collect some money later. That's like the number one thing to do is follow the directions, possibly get, I don't know if it's a bad cop, possibly get shot or injured, and then win a couple $1 million if you live. Martyr, victim, inevitable. Yeah, that's right. I didn't do it. I'm innocent. I tell you, innocent. You get it, Arctic Timberwolf. We have to end qualified immunity. You know what, Joe Moore? I'm so retarded. I don't even know what that means. The Tongans are big boned. The haircut is totally sus. We're going to have to take you in for questioning. Oh, speaking of haircuts, dude, I could just, you know what I mean? I think you guys already know this, but speaking of liberal women, especially liberal white women, their style is, I don't know what it is, but it's about ear length long, their hairstyle, and it's all like every one of them cuts off their long hair. They just cut off their hair, and then they got these little pixie Karen Bob haircuts, which is the craziest thing. All these liberal women all got these Karen Bob short hairs, dude. You never see a liberal woman with like nice long beautiful hair. It's always short hair. It's always colored hair. It's weird how, a mind virus, it's like a parasite. These women are infected with a parasite. It's like toxoplasmosis or whatever, or a different kind of parasite that makes them retarded. And the parasite directs the brain to be like, you know what? The first thing you need to do is tell the world you're batshit crazy. Let's do it by cutting off all of our hair. Now, I get it if you're an older woman. I mean, long hair in older women, I think it's difficult to manage. I don't really know, but I just understand that as women reach the late stages of life, they cut their hair. Totally fine. Grandma, cut your hair. I mean, it's short hair. You're old. But if you're, I don't know, anywhere below 50, if your hair's to your ears, I know you vote Democrat. It's crazy. I was just looking at, sounds bad. I was looking at women the other day. No, I was just noticing people at the grocery store. I'm like, oh, you're liberal. You're crazy. And then I saw a woman with long hair. I'm like, makes sense. And then around the corner come like 3 or 4 little kids. I'm like, there it is. You know what I mean? Women with long hair, conservative, have a family. We got rich. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Oh, I'm late, but I'm here. Well, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. God bless you, Rich. Thank you for stopping by. The moles in North Korea are more expensive. They are. They're very committed to the regime. Bank clerk style. Can't read this early in the morning. The feminists like the butch haircuts. They do. Cat ladies always bring back long manes. We do. Toxoplasmosis. I said it. Could be a fungus like the zombie ant fungi. That's what I'm thinking. Shave that thing. Yeah, they should just shave their heads. So there I was looking at women and this lady yells, "Stop looking at my house." Yeah, that'd be so, dude. I don't do house looking, dude. I really don't. Young old boy, dude. I know, but it's off to a great start, dude. I'm loving the news cycle. I'm loving the year. It's been fabulous so far. And I saw this stuff. I saw the video. You guys saw the video. But I'm already ready for something new today. I'm looking forward to, I want the Greenland saga to continue. I really want to. I wouldn't mind invading Greenland and just fucking up NATO and the whole European idea of us saving them and. Like we're not your savers anymore. In fact, we're back to conquering shit. But there's no way we're gonna invade Greenland. But I really would love to buy it. I really would love, I never got to experience the purchase of Alaska or the Louisiana purchase or any of that shit. I didn't. That wasn't my time. I wasn't there when we colonized the Pacific Islands and took those islands over, like Samoa and Tonga. That wasn't my time. But, I feel like this is my time now, and I definitely need a Greenland purchase. And I would love it if we purchased Greenland, and I don't know what the hell we would do with it, but I would just be so happy. Like, I'd love to look on a map and just see Greenland, U.S. territory. That would just warm my heart, man. It really would. And to me, like, the closer we get to Greenland is the closer we inevitably get to, I know I'm not somebody who hopes for World War III, but some people say we're already in it, but I just want to, I'd like it to be here now, kind of. I don't want to be old when all the cool shit pops off that you don't get to see. Like, I don't want to be in a wheelchair when, we're sending people overseas and fighting in the two fronts, in the Pacific and the European. I want it when I'm young. I want it before my kids can be drafted. Because if it happens too late, then I don't know. Then my kids might be dumb enough to join a war. I'm like, I could have, like, I'm in a wheelchair. Don't go in the war. Don't do it. And they're like, Dad, you're retarded. I saw most of your, what you called podcasts. That shit sucked. You're an idiot. You're also a racist, bigot, homophobe, xenophobe, Dad. I can explain. Those were jokes. But I want Greenland now, and I want it today. And I love it if we just bought it outright. And, if we don't and we invade it, that'd be very cool too. But it's definitely ours, and we need it. I think we need Greenland for national security. I love just saying for national security. You could just take shit for national security. You could just kill people for national security. You could just kidnap people for national security. It's the coolest phrase ever. I even think you can take over, what do they call them? Worldwide companies. People like Google's an independent corporation business. I'm like, no, the fuck it's not. Google became a national security risk, and our government absolutely embedded itself into Google. Facebook became a national security risk, and our government absolutely embedded itself into Facebook. Tesla became a national security risk when it started drilling holes under the ground. Our government absolutely embedded itself into it. So it's cool that Greenland's a national security risk. I want more things to be a national security risk, to be honest. I can't wait. The list is going to pile up this year. I just feel it. Cuba. Hopefully that becomes a national security risk soon. I'd love it if we could take over Cuba. I'd love to go, I guess you can vacation there now, but I want to vacation Cuba when it's like Puerto Rico. Not quite a state, but they're still getting a little bit of love, a little bit of representation. And I don't know why, people are like, we shouldn't colonize, we shouldn't take over other people's land. I don't know. Times change, dude. There was a time in the world where we thought we were civilized or men and women of better nature, but obviously we're not. I really think we need to get back to just taking shit over. And taking over the world. Dude, I really want to take over the world as an American. And it's all right if we leave some countries to themselves. But not Greenland. We need Greenland. And I'd honestly be cool with fucking the United Kingdom over and taking that over. I'd like to invade the United Kingdom and all of Europe. You know what? I just want it all back. I want it all back. We can run the world. And I want Donald Trump to be king. I want him to be a monarchist, and I want young Barron to be the next king. I just want to change our whole government. It hasn't been working too well. What are your thoughts this morning, though? 2026 is going to be a great year. It is. And I thought 2025 was great. And, people are talking about inflation. I have a good feeling it's going to go down. I have a good feeling that everything's going to get a hell of a lot cheaper with that Venezuelan oil. Venezuelan oil. Alaska has implemented the digital ID, allegedly. Of course it has. Utah's implemented that already into our, I think, K through 12 school system. So, like, that's where they start. They condition people young. I already shared this news, but I went to an event at a high school. In fact, it was high school I had been to as a young person. And I was just at the drinking fountain. What kind of person drinks at a drinking fountain? A very parched person who can no longer wait for water. And I look up and I'm looking at all the high school news bulletin bullshit, and it says, your new high school ID is available. Scan the QR code and download it through our school app. I was like, holy shit, they don't even print out the plastic cards anymore. The school's got a little app. You got your own little high school digital ID, and that's how you're going to get into the sports games for free. You want to come to the next football game for free, download our high school digital ID app. And so they're conditioning all the children for that. So it's not weird. They got to make it not weird. It'd be weird for us Americans, millennials, Gen Xers, the boomers, if they just transitioned over, but they gotta bring in a whole new generation that's just, digital ID, I had that when I was in school. That's not a big deal. That's fine with me. I don't even like a wallet. I just want one card that has everything. Or a phone. That's really what it is. You're not even going to have a wallet anymore. That'll be a thing of the past. They're like, oh, shit. Grandpa, you still have a wallet? You don't even need that. Grandpa, Provo, let us see the wallet. What junk do you have in there? There's no way you need that. There's no way you need a wallet, Grandpa. I'm like, but I love my wallet. I'll be one of these, what are they going to call millennials? They probably already call them boomers, but I'll definitely be a millennial boomer with a wallet, and I won't give it up. Real ID is digital ID. You just don't have a copy. Yeah, that's true, Mr. Miyagi. You get it. Good morning, Melaforta. Can never say the last part of your name, but Musai. Space, national security. Yes, space is national security. Drill, baby, drill. Let's party, America. You guys are starting to get it, dude. Emergency Economic Powers Act, EEPA. Joe Moore, you keep flexing this intellectual prowess on me, dude. I'm gonna be even more embarrassed, dude. I don't even know what that shit is. We got Moldy Apple, dude. You guys are so freaking amazing. Thank you so much for stopping by. Everything they do is under the Emergency Powers Act. That makes sense, yes. And everything kind of is an emergency in this day and age. It's all an emergency. It's called a bubbler. What's up, D9? We got a dang old YouTube celebrity. Welcome to the show, D9. Good morning. It only takes one generation to rewrite history. That's right. Metal Stoufel. Still got my old Blockbuster card. Keep it. I guarantee you could sell it on eBay in the future for, buttloads of money, buco money, tons of money. People will want the vintage. They'll just want to have it. Maybe there'll be like a little person who collects knickknacks, and they're like, look at my knickknack wall. I got a Blockbuster card. You know how hard that was to get? Nobody wants to give those up anymore. Metal stuff. Great company. Wallets are for old heads. Now, I can't believe people wouldn't want an actual wallet. I know, but I'm telling you, a wallet's going to be pointless. Some people might even say it already is. There's people who are like, I got my ID on my phone. I got my Apple Pay. I got my bank card on my phone. What do you really need a wallet for in 10 years? That's what they're going to say about a phone. I'm gonna be one of the last people with the old generations of phone with the screen or whatever it is. I'm gonna be a holdout. Like, why don't you just get the new thing? No. That's what I'll be. I'm gonna be one of these holdouts for everything. No, I can't give it up. It just feels good. It feels good to have it. but off to a great start. I got about a half an hour left, everybody. Thank you for joining the show. Did you see the video? I saw the video. It's weird that's our culture now. Like everything's about seeing something, seeing the video. And then, with the recent events, dude, it still amazes me, the entire country can watch a video, the same videos, maybe different angles. And then they come to wildly different conclusions. That says something. And these videos aren't even AI yet. It's some of them, deep fakes getting really good. But it is, you'd imagine with all the videos out there, we'd all come to the same conclusions. But no, man, people can see the videos and think two wildly different things. Some people justified, some people unjustified. Some people say, time for an uprising. It's time we take our country back. These ICE agents don't belong here. Some people are like, the ICE agent did the right thing. He was in fear for his life. And that's where we are in a country where people don't even, they don't even really give a shit. They select the video they want. They say, I saw the video, it's murder. Some people say, I saw the video, it's justified. And this fractured division between the people in America, for some reason, I don't know if it's able to be healed, if it's able to be, the dang old fractal in America ain't like the Stranger Things episode where we could get rid of the upside down somehow and close the upside down world and there's no more cracks through our country like there was in that gay show Stranger Things, as they say, dude. It seems unfixable. And with the news and the rhetoric of the governor of Minnesota, Mr. Tim Walz, saying, I notified the National Guard, and maybe he's somehow going to tell the National Guard to impede the federal police agents and inhibit them from doing their job. It just seems, you know what I mean? Like, you know what? Hell, I never got to live through the Civil War, but I'd like to live through one now. Seems like the perfect time for a civil war. And every country falls, and every country eventually collapses. You can't look throughout history. Our country's already collapsed one time, 1860. You guys know history. And then it took 5 years for us to fix all that up and maintain ourselves as a United States of America. But it definitely seems we're a divided States of America right now. And the real only solution is to, I think, have a civil war. And we've got enough propaganda in our media that's programmed everybody, that's readied everybody. We're so divided. We can't. These things can't be fixed. And at this point, every election that happens is just like a giant ball. It's like a wrecking ball. It goes from one side to the other. A new president comes in and is like, oh, destroys all the old executive orders. And then another president comes in and destroys all the other executive orders. And they keep trying to build over the ruins of the last attempt to save this country. But what would a civil war do? What would it look like? To me, like Minnesota's a battleground I just can't imagine how it would actually even ever play out. It seems so unrealistic. Because the real problem are the citizens, And the citizens are liberal women, liberal colleges, and they don't like the other half of America. The other half doesn't like them. But you don't fight a war against those people. You can't, no soldier, no matter how much they despise the people in their country who don't believe in the same thing as them, they're not, and they shouldn't. Nobody should, there's that purple-haired, blue-haired Karen bitch, I'm going to gun her down. I don't think any American could do that. If you're any real American. I just don't think we could fight a war like that. So then you ask yourself, what do you do, man? I think it's they're going to push for peaceful dissolution. And then again, that won't happen. But maybe Minnesota's here's what Minnesota could do. Here's what Minnesota's like. We're gonna join Canada. Can we go to Canada and Canada will take them in? And then maybe we have to go to war with Canada. That'll be probably the end fate. Like a civil war is actually a war between the states that want to join Canada and the states that want to stay in America. That's probably it. You know what I mean? And then Canada gets the help with the Europeans, and then we have our own war zone of like the Europeans in America on the Canadian front, fighting on the American front. But again, I think we're too damn strong for that. It would be a short war, a quick war. It's like, hey, hold on. First of all, we sold you guys all these jets, these Apache airplanes, and we'll just turn them off. And I think that's really what we can do. We sell all these things to other countries. Like, you want F-16? Sure. We built in a back door to just turn off the plane in case you ever want to attack us. Why wouldn't we? We would be retarded not to do so. But if there is a civil war, I do see like that's the only, maybe you guys see a different path, but I think it's almost impossible for America to fall into that. But I kind of want one, I just want cool things. I want Greenland. I want Cuba. I want Venezuela. I want South America just to be called the United States. And then that's how you make people not care about illegal immigrants or the color of people's skin. If Americans were just like, oh, the whole continent's the United States, racism over. Racism over tomorrow if Brazil is like the 59th state. Like, oh, who gives a shit, Who really cares about the color of your skin if we own half the world? And people would be very cool with it. They're like, there's plenty of land. It's all ours now. Slowing down, dude. I should go to reaction content. I'm running out of thoughts. Shit. That's tough, man. It's tough to live in America, but there's so many cool things going on. And it is a lot better if you don't see the videos, if you're not tapped in. I think life goes by pretty smoothly to just ignore all this shit and carry on with your day. We very much are, I think you know this, but we're being demoralized, desensitized, and just conditioned, I think, for an output. They want an output out of us. I think they're programming at the highest levels. They say the MK Ultra, they ended the MK Ultra experiments, but I think they're still going on, right? They're going on every day. There's a war for our minds, and it's being fought on Netflix. It's being fought on X, formerly known as Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. And they're conditioning all of us and seeing what inputs they can give to us, like rats in a cage, to see how we respond. And then when everybody looks to the talking heads, like me, they're like, what's the talking head? What does he say about this? But the talking heads are all paid to say certain things. They're all working for one side or the other, which are the same side. I think everyone in our country is actually involved in the largest MK Ultra experiment ever right now, and there's different ones going on. There's different ones. We got these. I think the trans agenda MK Ultra experiment, 100%, and it's under the guise of freedom of choice, right? These people are choosing. They're choosing this stuff. I don't believe it. I don't think it's a choice. The last battle will be between free people and the system. There you go, Pegasus. I like that. I didn't watch the video. Didn't care. Don't care. There you go. My tech's way ahead. My tech's way ahead. I didn't watch the video. What year are you living in, dude? You can't say I seen the video. Every talking head yesterday was like, I saw the video. I saw multiple angles of the video. That's how they started every sentence. I saw the video. I'm gonna let the police go through the process, solve whatever crime's been committed. MK moron experiment. There you go. You get it. When they got rid of the Smith-Muntak, propaganda has been out of the box. Of course, the Smith-Muntak. What a cool name to give something. It'll be everybody sitting in front of their computer screen. That's the civil war going on now. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Trump should just become a king, emperor. Oh, that'd be nice. It'd be real nice. And then all the bad things people said about him will just become true. I think Donald Trump wants to be too much like George Washington. He wants to ride off into the sunset and say he did the right thing, which is what George Washington did. George Washington could have became king, but he served his time, and there were no limits on service back then, right? You could be president for as many times as you wanted, but George Washington set an example. That's why he's the greatest president ever, right? He took his turn, and then he let the younger. I don't know. They weren't really younger. They're probably younger than him. He let the younger generation have their turn at presidency. And I think Donald Trump wants to be remembered as somebody who could have taken more power, could have been reelected, but chose not to. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I think I'm right. It's nice to feel right, dude. That's what everybody is in this day and age. It's about feeling right. I feel right about it. God, I want to click a link so bad and just shut up and watch something and react to it. But it's supposed to be a morning monologue. Play reaction content. Play reaction content. I'm out of thoughts. Shit. I went through my material too quickly. I saw this lesbian. Oh, I hate doing this to you. This is just like, I want to be a better, I'll be better. But I saw this. This kind of proves my point in some ways about the Civil War, about America. Have you seen this video? Because I've seen it. Have you seen it? And this is an older lady. I don't know how old it is. Looks like she might have had breast cancer or some kind of cancer, and she had to cut her hair off. So I think she looks like a classy lady, though. She looks like a classy lady, and she has some information that kind of ties into everything I was talking about. And I'll let her talk for a minute.
Truth has become a right-wing concept. You cannot say it, because if you say it, you are considered right-wing. And to be right-wing is to be in league with the forces of evil. It is a Manichaean division between ideologies of one kind or another and those who don't subscribe to those ideologies. And the ideologies brook no dissent.
That's right. You can't really dissent from the ideologies. You're stuck with them. If you're on the left, you're stuck with it. If you're on the right, you're stuck with your ideologies. Christ is born. God bless you. Yes, Christ is king. I love that. Where's my U.S. patent? Holy shit, that's a lot of numbers. U.S. patent number 6017302A, subliminal acoustic manipulation of the nervous system. Dang, dude. Oof. Yeah, that's how we got to this point that this lady's talking about, where truth is. It's weird. I like truth. I listen to Jim Bob sometimes, and I hear him debate about truth. I'm like, I have no fucking clue what this. Do you know what ontological means? That's what is it? That's a word fallacy. That's genetic fallacy. That's you don't even know what truth is. Well, whatever truth that's left in the world, whatever the hell that means, apparently it is stuck on the right side, because the left, you can't really tell the truth, is what she's saying.
Because they represent, in the minds of people who promote them, they represent goodness, brotherhood of man, progress, reason, education. And anyone who opposes them is against all good things. So they are not just wrong, they're not people to be argued with.
That's right.
They're people to be removed. And
that's right. Isn't that how a lot of these people on the left think? What are you, an anti-vaxxer? I can't talk to you. You don't believe in science. You don't believe in science. Men can be women. I can't have a discussion with you. I can't even validate you. Having a discussion, platforming you would be validating some of your ideas, which are misogynistic, This guy's jacket, is that my computer or is this guy's jacket dusty as hell? Holy smokes. You can't see it. Maybe you can. Look at this. It looks like he's got just a little bit of cocaine right there. Is that dandruff or cocaine? Nobody, whoever was filming this didn't pause it and wasn't like, hold on, sir, let me dust whatever is on. Is that dandruff, sir? Sir, let me fix your jacket. Holy smoke. Somebody help this guy out. Yikes. Ooh, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
Silenced, because otherwise you're against all good things. So it's that division between good and evil. And unfortunately, you know, if you stand up against an ideology like, I don't know, so-called anti-racism, which basically says all white people are bad.
Critical theory.
Or critical theory, or you stand up.
I know that one. I seen that. Critical theory. Oh, shout out to the chat. We got some wonderful people here. What's up, Bill Hicks? Epistemology, bro. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell that word means. Do you even have a grounding for your epistemology, bro? No, I got no grounding. I'm floating in space with my thoughts and ideas and belief system. I'm completely not grounded. I'm out to the pasture. We're off the reservation, but that's a racist thing to say. I've heard you can't say off the reservation. What about the people that drive Teslas that think they have to put an anti-Elon Musk sticker on the back of their goofy Tesla for bias confirmation? So lame. It's true. Like, please don't vandalize my Tesla. I'd hate to charge you with a crime because my Tesla has cameras. It's crocodile. That's right. Crocodile. I think that's how you pronounce it. I guess we are having bagels for breakfast. We are. Hey, cool it with the anti-Semitism. Wow, I didn't know Steve Martin did interviews. He's a good interviewer. And this lady's right. You know, if you try to stand up to these ideologies, critical theory, what's she going to say next? I would throw climate change in there. You try to stand up to climate change, you're an anti-science guy.
And say a woman is defined by her biology. You're against transgender. So, as you know, there's no discussion. You are cancelled. You are removed. You have to be silenced. This dissent cannot be permitted. So we're in what a thinker of a previous age called cultural totalitarianism.
Ooh, that was the title I was going to give my stream. And I was like, too on the nose. Cultural totalitarianism. We are in that age. And it feels like a good age to be alive where people are trying to dominate through culture. My culture's better. Your culture's bad. You know how bad your culture is? It created America. That's the worst culture in the world. The white culture, it's absolutely disgusting. Who cares about time?
No alternative is to be permitted. Now, first of all, that is an assault on individual freedom, freedom of expression and freedom. But it's also a complete repudiation of reason. Because if you say there is nothing that you can say that can dissent from my ideology, and you say you're bringing evidence to oppose me, well, that cannot be the case. If you're denying evidence and reality and thinking and engagement with an idea, then you're denying reason itself. And so the irony is that in an age of supposed reason, we're so rational that we've dispensed with religion. Only idiots have any kind of religious sense because it's not based on reason. That's the thinking. So we're so rational we've got rid of religion, and yet we are repudiating rationality completely. This is something that doesn't quite add up.
No, it
So
doesn't.
I would say that we are in a new age of unreason. That's what we're in. An age of unreason. That's what we've unleashed. And it's an irony because we've done it under the aegis of being rational.
I love, people talk shit on women in power roles, but I like this woman who's an intellectual, whoever she is. I like her, the haircut, she could do some work, but nice lady. I expected when I first saw the clip, I expected a lot of talking down to. I thought I'd get a lecture in how I should accept the crimes of my ancestors past for being white.
But in getting rid of religion, we have unleashed an age of unreason. And what follows from that is the erosion of freedom, freedom to think, freedom to speak, freedom to act, and a complete confusion about where the limit should be drawn between what I want and what others need.
And the weird thing about this clip, and I'll just say it, she kept saying the word religion. Now, there's only one religion, okay, in the Americas that people gave a shit about. It was Christianity. So is the erosion of Christianity. It's weird how she's just like bulking in religion as if somehow Islam is, or Judaism or Hinduism or voodoo religions or paganism. It's weird how like she just lumps that all in. Like once we got rid of religion, no, is once Christianity started to dissipate. That's what happened. It wasn't religion as a whole. It was Christianity. It's weird. She can't even say it. Her senses won't allow her to understand what religion she's talking about. She's just combining them all together like she's got a Play-Doh set and she just says, fuck it, let's just put all these colors together. No, Christianity. Once Christianity dissolved. Well, I said a bunch of cool things. Thanks for telling me I'm muted. I read a bunch of your chats and agreed with you. That's what I did. I read a bunch of your chats and I said, you guys are right. I said everything. That's pretty much all I said. I said, you guys are right. And I also said I got about 7 minutes left. So really about 3. Because then I got, which is, this is the only thing that's frustrating about doing the morning shows, because I got a full tank of gas still. I'm like, I got so much content to react to. That was one clip, but I got a life to get to. Damn it. Soon I'm going to start hearing little footsteps above my head. I'll be like the who says the line in Lord of the Rings? They're coming. The drums. Whoo-wee. Ooh, you got insane wheels. Good to see you, brother. I reckon you got about 6 to 7 minutes. Yeah, time's dwindling, but I gotta play a song too. I gotta end the show. But I saw the video. Have you guys seen the video? That's everything these days. Basically, you can't make an assessment till you see the video. And people, they have a right to disagree, to think differently than me, to have different opinions. right? To be batshit crazy. And that I'm batshit crazy to them. And I just accept that. I'm like, well, yeah, whatever, man. Agree to disagree. Like with people in my real life, dude, I don't want to talk politics. I don't want to talk. I'll dabble in religion, but politics, absolutely not, dude. I understand what my grandparents and the wiser people beyond me used to say. It's like they would say, never talk politics and religion. For me, that's for the internet. You want to talk politics and religion, go on the internet. But in your real life, you should avoid those things with people, unless they like talking about them, and you're willing to lose a potential friendship. Just avoid the topic. Because my opinions, I mean, I'll talk politics with people who I know hold the same view, but then it's just like, yeah, we agree, we agree, we agree, we agree, we agree, we agree. We agree. And that's what a lot of things boil down to. That's why it's fun to talk politics with people who you disagree with. Because then you get to maybe have a little bit of an intellectual chess battle, and you get a little rhetorical battle with them, and you can say, well, what about this? And they'll say, you can't do whatabouts. That's a fallacy. No whataboutism. I'm like, well, damn it. I didn't know I was in a debate. Shit. Could you give me a list of the fallacies so I can avoid them all, please? But it is fun. You know, I do enjoy talking to people about their different, their differing thoughts, their differing beliefs. I personally enjoy it. But like if I hear someone's opinion about something and I somewhat have a respectable view about them, and if all of a sudden I find out like, oh, you're for illegal immigration, you're retarded. I can't really think anything else about all your other views because you're retarded. You should have never told me that. Because I want to deport them all. I don't care if they've been here for 20 years. You're out of here. Most people have the attention span of a goldfish. Well, I'm getting there. In my old age, I'm getting there, man. It just sucks. Brother's gonna work out. That's right. Brother's gonna work it out. I think that's a song you're singing. I like that. Yeah, Bill Hicks, tu quo que. I don't speak Latin, dude, but I think what you said was intelligent. National security risk if you haven't seen the video. You're good to see it. Twist the beat, bro. The attention economy, why you've got to pay attention. That's true, you've got to. I disagree with you, Provo. Oh, nice. We should all agree with you, Provo. Holy smokes. What is that? An Uno reverse card played quickly. Nice. I mean, I got more content, but I gotta wrap up the show. Thank you guys so much for spending this morning with me. It means a heck of a lot that you guys would share your time with me. Hope you all have a great day. God bless you all. What is this, a TED Talk? Just have a great day. What's that YouTuber? Have a great day. I like that guy. I think he was the original Mr. Beast. And then the other Mr. Beast guy took it from him. He's the Mr. Beast who says, have a great day. He's the one who eats a lot of food, and he's enjoyable. Either way, we'll see you in the morning, or maybe in the afternoon this weekend. Maybe I'll do a stream on Saturday around noon or something. But until then, see you next time.